district operations during the COVID-19 emergency. I'll entertain a motion.
So moved.
Second.
We're just going to knock on the window. Should we repeat it?
No, that's good. They're good.
All right. We have a motion and a second. Can we make sure, do you have those?
I do.
Thank you. Any comments, questions, or discussion on the resolution before us? Hearing none, roll call, please.
Mrs. Mansfield,
Yes.
Mrs. McKittrick,
Yes.
Dr. Akbar,
Yes.
Mr. Alexander,
Yes.
Miss Autry,
Yes.
Mr. Bravo,
Yes.
Dr. Hall.
Aye.
And I'd like to open it up for discussion at this point on employee compensation under extreme circumstances.
Yes, so, Mr. President, I think that this is an extreme time, and it causes for us to do everything we can to take care of all of our employees as much as we possibly can. And obviously, we have to reserve the right to make changes as circumstances are definitely changing almost on a daily basis, it seems. But I would like to move that we authorize the superintendent and treasurer at their discretion to begin processing payroll and further develop a resolution that provides for the continuity of payments to our employees through April 10th, 2020.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. I'd like to open it up for comments, question, or discussion. No comments, question, or discussion. All right. Roll call, please.
Mrs. McKittrick,
Yes.
Dr. Akbar,
Yes.
Mr. Alexander,
Yes.
Miss Autry,
Yes.
Mr. Bravo,
Yes.
Dr. Hall,
Aye.
Mrs. Mansfield.
Yes.
Thank you, Dr. Akbar. And at this time, I'd like to open it up to general comments, question, or discussion before we entertain a motion to adjourn. Is there any other discussion that we would like to have today?
I just want to make one comment and publicly thank the district administration and staff for everything they've done in these unusual times. Dr. James, Dr. McWilliams-Woods, Ryan, Deb Folk, and a whole host of other individuals have been working around the clock almost. We've been getting emails and calls almost all day, depending, no matter what time it is. And it just shows the strength of APS, and I just want to say how proud I am to be connected with this district.
I would second that.
Here, here.
Thank you.
Thank you. Any other comments, questions? Yes.
I just got an update from Deborah just as we were walking in and got to go to a few buildings today just to say thank you, and no handshakes, so you just do this and tell them it's from your heart. But we fed 5,000 students the first day. You said 9,000 the second and 14,000 today. So the numbers are have definitely jumped up. The word is getting out, so just putting it out again. A huge thanks to those who are in the buildings. They're standing by also. They were standing by passing out Chromebooks today when I was in, and they were standing by passing out the paper for the little ones, the blizzard bags. So just huge thanks to the staff. They were very upbeat. They're so excited to see the students. Also to all the staff that's been contacting us various ways, who are either teaching lessons online already or checking in with their students just so they get a little bit of face-to-face. Just huge thanks to them and to this board, just coming together through such an unbelievable time and quickly learning to work together. So thank everyone for that as well.
Yeah, so Lisa, so Ms. Mansfield actually probably should have gone last because I actually have a couple questions I wanted to ask about that. So I would echo everything that she just said. So I know we're at 14,000. I know that we have 20,000 students in the district, so we're trending in the right direction from 5 to 14 is fantastic. I guess my question, because I've gotten a couple emails about this too, Are we considering other alternative methods of advertising or distribution as it relates to other? I mean, I guess trying to think, how can we get more meals out to folks as well? That was sort of one question. Another question I've been asked is, let's say a family comes in on Tuesday and they know they can't make it on Wednesday. Can they take 2 days worth of food with them when they go? So I got a couple sort of nuts and bolts, sort of more pragmatic questions about the mechanics of the distribution. So that's where I want to start. One of the schools I visited, the building principal had a recommendation that I think she thought was very small, but I like the idea about where we sort of look at the signage about outside each school. It says, "Hey, meals available here," so that way, as they're driving by, they see, so we know very clearly which schools are and are not. Because one of the schools I drove by that I went to on Tuesday, I would have had no idea meals are being passed out there because there wasn't a car in the parking lot, and the school was just closed. So I pulled up, and there were people that were actually sitting inside. They were passing out meals. So now that was the first day. Yesterday, there were way more cars in the parking lot, but again, just sort of sharing some of those experiences. And I think, Ms. Folk, you're going to address some of that stuff.
All right. To be part of this wonderful opportunity, it is an application through ODE to USDA to put into fact the waivers that were allowed us to do this.
Okay.
It is very prescriptive as to where we may feed from, and that is our particular school buildings. And students actually were originally, Dr. Hall had to be on site to get this food, and then they gave us a waiver late Friday that said an adult could come, and a second waiver came in saying that an adult or child could ask for more than one meal.
Okay.
So we are adjusting to those adjustments from USDA almost on a daily basis as this particular, I don't want to say crisis, works forward, but we also have another call with USDA and ODE tomorrow morning. So we are obviously trying to adjust those needs. We are putting out all calls. We've actually put out all calls in 8 different languages. So we're trying to get those because we're never sure who answers the phone. And because of the great amount of information people have shared on social media, the word is getting out. A child of any age, not necessarily an APS student, between the ages of 1 and 18 can come. And Mrs. Kepler has been working with Red Oak, AMHA to try to address some of those odd requests, but to deliver them to homes, you then run into the fact that students may have dietary restrictions, modifications to their diets. Many of our special needs students aren't even at their homes. So this is why it's well done at our buildings that have proper food temperatures. They have the proper food license to allow us to serve. We meet those criteria, and we can meet the criteria for social distancing at the same time. So I think you'll see this as it moves forward. We will see more flexibility, hopefully, but you still want to be accountable to the actual meal program and to the health and well-being, because those menus are set up to help those students nourish and grow at the same time while they're at home.
So one sort of follow-up question then. So hypothetically then a parent could show up on Tuesday and get meals for the rest of the week.
Not at this point.
Not at this point.
The only time that we are allowed to give an additional meal is on Thursday.
Gotcha.
So at this point, you wouldn't need to, let's start with Monday, because tomorrow was really supposed to be a professional development day and students wouldn't have been in session.
Right.
You need to report on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and you will get an additional meal on Thursday. That's the only approval that is out there at this time.
Okay.
All righty? Thank you.
All right. Thank you. Thanks, Steph.
Thank you, Dad. Thank you, Ms. Folk.
So I just want to add to that. So I just want to thank Ms. Folk for a robust explanation of how this works. So I'm adding that to what Ms. Mansfield was, her speech and her accolades. I just want to add Ms. Folk to that list as well. So thank you.
Absolutely, always. She's the best.
Very good. Other comments, questions, discussion? Yeah, and I thank you, Dr. Akbar, for kicking it off, and Ms. Mansfield and everyone around the table, Dr. Hall, for chiming in too. the times are definitely unprecedented, and that means the responses are probably going to be unprecedented as well. But I think hopefully, and unfortunately, the public doesn't get to see necessarily all of it, but there's a lot of passion behind each and every one of your voices, and that's been made clear to me today in the hours that we've spent, that we really do care about our employees and the children of this district and the families that we serve, and we want to make sure that everyone is taken care of. And we definitely have an amazing team around the room, from the superintendent to the assistant superintendent and the treasurer and all of their staff, to make sure that that happens. So thank you for putting in the couple hours today and coming out and making sure that we got work done. Anything else? If not, I will entertain a motion to adjourn. We have a motion to adjourn.
Second.
Second. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, same sign. Motion passes.
Thanks, David.
We are adjourned.
Thank you.
Thanks, Mr. James.
Thank you, Dr. James.
You don't want to say I when it's time to leave. So all the rest of
We do it just to taunt you. That's what we do at the door. That is our purpose. All right, we're gonna get to the court.
Take care. Yeah, you too.
See you again Monday.
Everybody's trying to get their time out.
Well, maybe that's it. Leave my house until Monday.
She's probably finding